Boom with that attitude. All right. We are officially live. It might take a minute for it to
Two.
actually pull up on YouTube, but we're live.
All right, well, two fats in a little sack.
So tiny.
Two fats in a little sack.
Gotta hit that D-boy, honey.
Fats.
Welcome to Two Fats in a Sack. It is episode 30. That means that you've been here for 29 episodes too long.
Let it be known.
What are you doing with your life? I feel like we skipped an entire episode where we didn't tell you guys to fuck off and stay out of here. So
Don't worry.
fuck off and stay out of here.
Yeah, we'll get you on this one. We will get you on this one. Am I coming in clear? Good.
Crystal,
Stop listening.
because you're breaking.
I don't know why. You know what? I don't know why we even keep saying this. No one's watching this.
Because one day somebody will, and they'll get disrespected 28 out of 30 times.
Well, that person will be a fucking idiot.
You mean R? Remember, this is already happening to them right now.
All right. Well, is going to be, currently is, and therefore for now on.
An idiot?
Well, I've started. Gotta change this vibe. I don't like the vibe. The vibe is bad.
The vibe's bad?
Vibe's bad. Vibe's bad. We started bad.
Is that a better vibe? I like how you waited for it too. You're like, I know it's coming. This goddamn piece of shit. On that note, everybody, spark up. It's time.
Yeah, getting the right vibe. Either way, let's get on a brighter news. Deportation.
Why is it going so slow?
Let's speed it up. Can't we get a flume these guys out of here?
I've got exciting news, but as usual, it's about cards.
That does not sound exciting.
I got something called a treasure booster set today.
Oh, well,
it comes with 4 booster packs, randomly selected from OP1 through 5, and people that don't know, it's impossible to get OP1. OP1 is like $600 or more for a box of those cards, dude. Because it was the first set, so they don't let go of them anymore. I got 1 pack of OP01 in this treasure booster set, so I don't know how much that is for like just that pack, but I've got a piece of history in this box and I feel cool about it.
You know, when people say a piece of history, you know, like, I think like, oh, I have a photo of an actual photo. Rosa Parks, back when she was real old and she was doing hell for that's a piece of history. This is a saber that was in the Alamo before they were taken down by the bandits.
Well, this history is more, niched to people that give a shit about One Piece cards, and that makes it history, baby. Let's go. You're like, I don't like the vibe, and then you immediately try to yuck the yum. Fuck it, you're the vibe killer.
Okay, I get it. You know what? Your nonstop positivity is working. It's breaking me out of this depressed shell.
I hope so. You sound like you're having a bad day, man.
Oh, man, my day's been pretty great.
Oh, well, then what the fuck, bro?
That's the problem, man. I'm having a good day. Something bad's going to happen.
The podcast is going to go too well. We're going to have our first viewer that talks to us, and you're going to lose your mind. I heard laughing, but I couldn't hear the sarcastic remark inside of it.
Oh, that is rich. What poor soul would we have damned to have listened to us for even 5 minutes? Let alone
They're out there,
30
man. They're out there.
wonderful episodes that
These
we're going to be
poor,
sending
sad
to
people.
syndication.
So who's our sponsor tonight?
We're sponsored by Sherwin Williams. Hey, you want paint, right?
Fuck yeah.
You want that shit ass paint that you get at Home Depot? Yeah,
Fuck
it's fine. If
no.
they touch it, then your whole back is all white.
Yeah.
Sherman Williams.
Say no to chalky paint.
Easy to spray.
Hard to say, easy to spray. That's what she said.
I wish.
She said, I got the reins down in Africa.
Did you even know there were that many whites?
Where?
Sherman Williams.
I haven't seen that many whites since I got to the McAfee support line.
Yes, hilarious. McAfee. What a rip. Hey, I'll get rid of your viruses. Enjoy the viruses.
All the viruses.
Dude, every virus.
That's a go for it.
I have a judge that I work for sometimes. And he's
going places, people.
She used McAfee for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, I keep updating it and paying monthly for it. Do you think that's a good idea?" And I go, "What? This was not 10 years ago."
Yeah. This was recent.
This was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh my god!
I was like, "Madam, delete that immediately. Cancel the card that's on the Mac. Do not pay for this. Windows has already figured this one out. They're not going to just let you get... You can watch all the porn you want, miss."
They got me mid-hit. That was good. All the porn, dude. They're like, we know what our customers really want.
You know what I did this week? I went to a what is it? A remote control drift.
Yo, with homeboy?
Fonzel, yeah, my buddy.
Hell yeah, dude.
And, he was like, "Come on out. We could buy FIU, right?"
Mm-hmm.
It's this place that I think used to be like either some restaurant. I don't know what the hell it was. Might have been a gym. Could have been a failed gym. But so they had a giant racetrack just for the drift cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then offset to the side, there was a racetrack for mini cars.
Yo, I have one.
And then there was another track to the side of that, the big track, and that was for the like speedy Formula One cars.
Nice, dude.
Yo, that track looked crazy. And these guys were not even crashing. I was like, damn.
Isn't that nuts?
This shit was crazy. And so we showed up. So usually
he actually races in them and stuff.
Yeah, you can race and do all this stuff. But
no, I'm saying he does, right? Doesn't he participate?
No, he's just drifting. He's just practicing drifting because they could do like drift shows with the cars, and eventually go like do competition with it, right? I didn't know this existed at all.
I actually watched it on YouTube.
I walked in the place with a bag with two not Sapporos, Korin Ichibans, the Japanese beers. They're 2 for $5 at the Publix, which is right next door to the place.
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm right outside the place. I'm vaping outside with Fonz, and I'm like, look, man. So I'm drinking. So I crack a beer like a crackhead right next to the Publix I just walked out of, and I go, "What's the beer policy in there?" He goes, "You can drink in there," and I'm like, "Yes, but I'm not doing anything in there." He's like, "Yeah, you could just be in there and just drink." I was like, "Really?" So then it was just me and the V in there. He just has a 12-pack of ciders. I just keep going back for those 2 for $5 Koreichibans. This is the best bar ever.
Yeah, it's not a far walk. That's great, dude.
I got my buddy over here, Tony, who's in his wheelchair, just fucking shooting back Jack Daniels and chugging beers. drinking Corey Ichabod's. He was like, "Yeah, these are 2 for $5. 2 for $5 for 4 beers. That's you can't good deal like that. You can't give up." So I'm in there watching these people. I'm literally like just mesmerized by all this shit. I look at Buddy, who's in the back, who's just behind the counter, who sells all the car parts and such. He doesn't give a fuck at all.
Yeah.
He's having a good time by himself doing something else. I'm like, the fuck is this? I can't just be this debaucherous early in the day like this in a place that looks like kids would be here. There was no kids. There was one little kid. There was like 1 or 2 little kids with their grown ass adult, right, father?
Yeah.
But mostly it was like grown adults. A bunch of adults. Just so many grown adults.
I mean, yeah, they're the only ones that can afford that shit, bro. All that shit's expensive.
Bro, this shit is expensive. And he's like, "You should get into this, man. This thing will be cool." And I'm like, "It does look cool to
I
get
would
into,
love to, but money.
but nah, I don't like to get into like expensive hobbies like that.
That's what I'm saying. I would love to, but money.
Shit hobbies. Like garbage hobbies. Yeah, no, but like, look, I'll spend the money if it's fun. You know? I'll save and fucking like slowly build a nice car. You don't have to do it overnight, you know?
I bought a desktop remote control drift car that I can zip around my desk.
Sick.
I am telling you right now, if I can, yes, it was $70, dude, for a 174 or a 164. It's like the smallest one they've ever made.
170 for a tiny baby one?
No, not 170. It was $70, $72, and the ratio is 174.
Damn, that would be cool. A little baby table drifts.
Because like Vaughn is doing like 123s or something. I think that's what number they are at their cars. They're like 23 scale. This is a 74 scale or some shit like that. So,
dude, I was like sitting there, like, what the fuck is this? What's happening right now?
Yeah.
Me and the V are leaving there, right? I'm like, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Bye. Do my goodbyes and all that. Boom.
Oh, you know, you had a lot of beer. You actually bothered to say goodbye.
Well, no, I'm at the table. There's only like 6 of us, so it'd be weird if I was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna be right back, and then I was like, I'm leaving. So good day. You all see me. Touch my hand. Good day. It isn't like a group of 10 or 15. Like, that's annoying. Or we're at a house, you know, and like there's a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't want to say goodbye to everybody. I don't want to have to do the niceties. I have been drinking.
I remember. It's been a while, but I remember.
Yeah, I'll be. You'll look back and I will not be there.
Yep. I was like, oh shit, Lavo dipped out.
Yeah, I will Batman the shit out of you. Why does he do that? It would be like Commissioner Gordon all day.
This joint is fire.
Good booze. Some good booze.
That was perfect time.
9:15. I Jay after the 9:30 mark.
Oh, really? Why don't you start?
I like to
smoking at the beginning.
No, because I usually am pretty high before I get in here. So, like,
I guess that's fair.
Again now, that's a waste. But in 15 minutes,
yeah,
then I'm gonna be right. That's why I usually peter off about 30-minute mark.
I figured the whole point was for you to be sipping and drinking since the start and just get fucked up and talk.
Right. But I don't start drinking until I usually get in here.
Well, yeah, that's exactly. That's proper.
One day,
as it should be.
One day I drank before. Oh, what a nightmare it must have been. What a nightmare.
I don't know. You're probably more relaxed and not worried about what are we not talking about.
No, I definitely probably didn't give a shit about what we're not talking about. We're not talking about a lot. But I don't want to talk about what everybody's talking about. Did you
watch the well, sorry to ask this next question, but did you see that last episode of One Piece?
Oh, there's new episodes again?
Yep. I guess that answered my question. Next week, let's talk about it, please.
Yeah, how long? How long do I have to wait?
The first one's 2 hours. It's like a recap plus.
Solo Leveling's on back order. I got what is it? Dan the Dan's coming out in July though. That's gonna be fresh.
Okay.
Also in July we have oh man, there's a show on Apple TV Plus, and I would suggest you pirate it. And by pirate it, I mean steal it from the internet. And by steal it from the internet, I mean don't pay Apple TV Plus and pirate it.
Just to be clear, that means buy the subscription and
yeah, of course, this is a satire.
we take no responsibility for your illegal activities.
I'm doing everything on the up and up. I'm suggesting you do something not on the up and up.
Anyway, what is it?
Definitely steal it. It's called The Expanse. It's a sci-fi show.
Okay.
It's this guy. It starts off with this girl, right? She's on some remote planet. It's all water, and they are shunning science. Like,
okay.
So they had a culling. Like they were an advanced race, but then something happened on the planet, and they were just like anybody who's doing science or doing that's what started all those wars. So they culled them, right?
So like, get the fuck out of here, bro. We're done with y'all.
Has a natural ability to like do maths like crazy, like out of control, like comprehension of anything she sees in front of her. She gets a hold of old scripture that's like super complex. That is like the math that is that can predict the end, right? Like future math.
Yeah.
So this one guy sends off a competition to see who can do this one like crazy impossible algorithm to like figure it out. Right? She nails it immediately.
Yeah.
And so they pick her up off planet. And I'm gonna stop talking about it right there because anything else is just gonna spoil it. So it's a great sci-fi show. I wanted to hate on it. You know me. I want to hate everything. I get in there and I'm like, this is gonna be bullshit. Incredible. Great actors. Great, like the production is out of control, and it's on Apple TV Plus, and nobody's gonna watch it. More people will watch this than that show because of it's on Apple TV.
Damn, that is despairingly low numbers, guys.
I know, dude, that is bad.
Don't look for a season 2 with that kind of turnout.
They got a season 3.
Oh my god, no.
And it comes out in July, and I cannot fucking wait. It is such a good show.
Hell yeah, dude. Show updates. I've been watching that Blacklist I told you about.
Yes, how's that going?
Fuck it. I'm great, man. I can't stop watching it. And like you said you don't plan on watching it? All right, spoilers, guys, because we about to talk about it. So the main guy oh yeah, let's do a special alert. It's spoiler time. Spoiler time. It's that time where we spoil shit for you.
I like it. We'll get it in post.
I ain't editing shit. All right, anyway.
We'll get that in post too.
All right, so the main guy is Reddington, right? And he one day randomly turned himself in, but would only talk to this lady, Elizabeth Keene. It's been heavily implicated through the entire show that that's his fucking daughter, but they just won't admit it and won't tell her why he won't admit it and blah, 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 blah. In whatever fucking season I'm in, they finally said it out loud that the DNA results were in Blacklist.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Black Mirror.
No.
I was expecting weird sci-fi bullshit.
Oh, no. No. This is Blacklist. This is about some super criminal that started giving FBI private intel on a blacklist of the most heinous criminals because it would help his agenda. So
okay.
Yeah, and you find out that the FBI agent that they plucked out of nowhere, that he was like, I won't do this unless you bring this lady onto the team and then we can talk. Turns out after like 4 seasons, they tell you officially that she's his daughter. And then they tell you something else that made me not give a fucking shit about all the wondering she's been doing for all these seasons. She was like, I had his DNA ran 2 weeks after I met him, and I was too much of a bitch to look at it. I'm like, so that unanswered question that you keep getting mad and angry and has provoked so much shit in this show. You said you had the answer to it 2 weeks after you met him, and you you didn't look at it. How you didn't want to know that bad? You didn't want to know that bad. You only wanted to know bad enough to bitch about it.
Look. I need you to calm down for a second. You can't get mad at her for having lady brain.
Okay, well, she had lady braid. That's only one piece of this. All right, they finally admitted that. But before they admitted that, Reddington had a person, a cleaner to take care of all the dirty shit that happens. Somebody needed shot immediately. That body need taken care of, and nothing was ever there. Well, turns out this person was his daughter's original nanny and promised her mother that she would always take care of her daughter no matter what.
Well, this sounds dramatic.
It is, and she's been working for Raymond Reddington, the dad, the whole time, ever since the mother died long ago. Yes, the nanny. And she's been going by a different name. The daughter had memories removed when she was little, so she doesn't remember any of the shit, any of the people.
Wait. How do you remove a memory? When is
with
this
drugs, with drugs and mental suggestion. So they get you all doped up on specific drugs and then tell you what you want to remember in like a dream state and implant the memory there or get rid of stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, so when she was little, they like removed a big section of a thing because like a terrible event happened, and he didn't want her to know that, he was her dad. Anyway, this cleaner person, right?
Sorry, I got hung up on the cleaning lady.
What about her?
It's like, so she's got a clean. She's a maid.
She was hired as a nanny, but that nanny had lots of credentials, and it turns out well, no, she wasn't ever an actual agent. She was really obsessed with dead people and dead things in the beginning, and one day she like walked in on the lady that hired her for the baby with a dead body, and she was just like, "You need to get out of here. I can take care of that." And so ever since then, she's been like a cleaner and a nanny. And then she grew really attached to the mom. And so they were close. And then when she hit the fan for the mom, she was like, I need you to take my daughter, give her to this man, and never see her again. She's like, I can't do that. I have to protect her. She's like, if you're anywhere near her, she could end up dead. So the nanny was like, okay, delivered her to this guy that ended up raising her. And then she like stayed away from her. And then almost immediately afterwards, Raymond Reddington, the dad, hired her and was like, hey, you want to protect her and you can't be near her. The best way to do that is to work for me, and we'll keep her safe together. Well, down the line, all this season of helping people get shit and the FBI capture criminals and helping his own empire, blah, 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 the cleaner lady decided, you are the problem, Raymond. I need to get her away from you. She's having a fucking baby. We need to get her as far away from you as possible, because as long as you're around, people are going to keep trying to kill her and her baby. So she betrays the guy that she's been working for all this time to protect Elizabeth, the daughter. And while trying to protect her, she actually got her fucking taken by somebody else and almost killed.
Bad at her job.
Yep.
Bad at her job.
Yep.
She did her job.
So wait, hold on 1 minute. So then, because she did this, turns out Elizabeth survived all that fun shit we found out later. But because she did that, he shot her in the head. He took her out to some remote place and was like, I never expected you, of everyone, to fucking betray me. And you know what I have to do now. And he shot her in the fucking face. Well, she didn't die.
The nanny.
The nanny cleaner.
Jesus.
but she
Yeah,
didn't die.
the wolf.
Mm-hmm. She was struggling in the woods that he left her on, this land that was nobody was ever going to come to. And some guy came upon her and he was like,
So
"Oh shit,
familiar.
what are you doing?" And he like nursed her back to health. But whenever she was like awake enough and aware enough to like actually get up, she found out that her ankle was all chained up. Turns out he was afraid of her saying that he was there at all because he wasn't supposed to be there. He was squatting. And he was like, "Listen, them people that shot you, they're going to come back for you. I don't know what to do with you. I let you go. You're going to tell the police. I don't let you go. These guys come back looking for you, blah, 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 blah." Anyway, they end up working their shit out. And he decides to help her. And she decides that because Raymond shot her in the face, she's going to ruin his entire fucking criminal enterprise. So now the person that knows every single body because she cleaned him up, every single dirty deed he's ever done to build his empire, is now turning shit against him in this last season. She fucking broke it. She damn near succeeded too because she got everything fucking taken away from him except for his like word of mouth power, being like, "I'm still intimidating," but he's broke as shit now. He's got no real money and he has to rebuild his empire after all this. He was gonna kill her in the beginning, and then the daughter event convinced him to like, "Yo, you guys can't kill each other, man. It's like that doesn't make it even, doesn't make it better. Y'all need to fucking figure your shit out and just don't have to be around each other. Just leave each other the fuck alone. This is stupid." and the nanny was like, "I can't do that, and I've got one more secret." And it turns out there is a body buried in a suitcase that is apparently Elizabeth's mother. Nobody knows what really happened to Elizabeth's mother. Well, apparently her father does, and it's in a suitcase. And she was like, "As soon as I die, a person's gonna come and deliver that suitcase to your daughter, and she's gonna know your final secret. So go ahead, shoot me." He's like, "Well, I wasn't gonna shoot you." She's like, "Doesn't matter. I'll take care of that myself." And she jumped off the bridge to her death so that the case would now be sent off. And now we're in the middle of
Wait. Hold up. You know, I need a pause because
yeah.
my mind goes to different places. So I'm just putting this together like a puzzle. The nanny killed herself to incriminate this guy?
Yeah, to make sure that his last secret gets delivered to his daughter that he doesn't want her to know.
Well, hot damn.
Like apparently the biggest secret wasn't that he was her father. There was more, and it apparently has to deal with her mother. And they haven't confirmed it yet, but we're supposing that the bones are her mother's bones. And the whole time all this was going on with the cleaner, I was like, where the fuck's her husband at? Her husband was an ex-KGB that originally was on her as an assignment by Reddington to keep her safe. He actually fell in love with her, actually got married to her. And then when she found out shit hit the fan, there was a whole thing where they were obviously not together anymore. They worked their shit out because he was like, "Yo, it was all an assignment. I actually fucking love you." The typical blah, blah, blah. So they got for real married and have a baby now. But this whole time, like this whole thing that's going on with Reddington and the cleaner, he just hasn't been around. I'm like, well, that's convenient. I'm sure that's going to become important. So the person that picked up the suitcase was him. So he comes home with this suitcase and has it waiting to talk to Liz. She comes home. She's like, "Oh shit, you're back." He was apparently off on some spy business, but didn't tell her that spy business was for Kaplan, the which was the cleaner lady. And so she's like, "I just found out officially that Raymond's my dad." And he's like, "Oh shit, cool." And he gets in front of the suitcase and slides it behind a sofa. And he's like, "Okay, not gonna tell her."
She could have at any time
Already known this.
Paperwork?
Already known this, yeah. She for so long. For so long she could have already known this.
God
And yeah,
strikes again.
So he like hides the suitcase so she doesn't see it and ask questions about it. And now he's currently trying to get the bones DNA extracted so they can find out whose they are, so he can decide whether or not it's worth telling her.
Wait a second. You know what? I take it back. I'm sorry, ladies. With the lady brain comment and calling you dames. You shouldn't talk to a broad like that. No person, male or female, wouldn't have looked at that paperwork immediately. The anticipation would be, why would you even pay for it? It costs money. It's not like.
Well, she probably got it done for free. She works for the FBI.
Dude, yes, exactly. So immediately you would have looked at that information, just like any other information you ordered.
Yeah.
It would have just been another thing on your desk.
That's
like,
what.
Yeah, who's my dad?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's so concerned, so concerned. There was a whole dude. There was a whole nother thing, part of the show, where another guy was like, "Hey, I'm your real dad. This dude fucking stole you away. I was married to your mother legitimately. He was the affair." And he had a DNA result that said that he was her father. And I'm just like, looking back, you had evidence that could have proven to yourself whether or not that was true already, and you didn't look at it. You just chose to believe this new guy was your father and went through all this bullshit when you could have had the answer already.
These kind of TV shows piss me off. That kind of shit just doesn't make sense to me.
That's so far that was the worst thing that happened in the show, and it just happened recently. Everything else up until then was like, all right, cool.
Right, it's suspicion of mystery, but they didn't know how to like put it together. This is the thing that happens a lot to these shows: is they come up with a concept. The concept is 6 episodes, so they don't really know where they're gonna lead with it. They kind of have like an idea, but they don't have like a finished process. So they're just. Most shows put you on this is why I hate TV nowadays, because most shows just put you on mystery and intrigue, and just like Game of Thrones, gives you nothing at the end of it. Gives you fucking buff kiss. You watch something, you're invested in it, and then guess what the mystery is? They're the feds all along. Actually, they're good guys, and that guy's a bad guy. That lady's the actual evil. It's like, fuck off. Fuck off. I'm done with all of this shit, man. I can't. That's why anything that's a little weird, like Expanse, the Foundation. The Expanse is a Prime show, and if you haven't seen that, that's a sci-fi that's incredible.
Okay.
The production was out of control. The acting is so good. This was one of those things that like me and Mario were sitting there, we're just kind of scanning through things and trying to figure out what the hell to watch.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, this is sci-fi. It's supposed to be good." Like somebody told him it was good. He's like, "All right, let's try it out." Nolan said it was good. Let's try it. It's like, okay. Couldn't stop watching every episode for like every moment we were together. It's like Expanse, right? Yeah. Of course. What the fuck was Expanse? We're gonna talk to each other. What are we retarded?
Oh my god!
Oh, every waking moment, it was like this Formula One today. Okay, so Expanse to Formula One. Yeah, all right. And then we would just Expanse, and then when Formula One, the second the race is over, that guy lost. Boom, Expanse right back. That had me so addicted, dude. That was a sci-fi show that had everything scientifically accurate, like real space battles. How like battles in space would actually be, not like a Star Trek where they're like jet fighters in space. That doesn't make any sense.
So how was it?
Dude, it's like they were using like the maneuvers they were doing in space are in the rules of physics and gravity. Like they would do maneuvers where they would like pitch themselves off while spinning, but as long as the CO2 like kicked them in a direction, they can spin themselves to get them balanced back out. Like, it was crazy because they weren't the only ones. Everybody knew how to do this.
Yeah.
They were doing like space fights. So like it was them going against each other and having to figure out. It was like fucking 4D chess, dude. It was crazy. And then the drama in between everybody is nuts. And there's no aliens, which kind of pissed me off.
Really?
No aliens. Yeah, because in this world, they were always looking for aliens. They never found aliens. This is like way in the future where they've been mining the Kuiper Belt, which is the belt that's
the asteroid belt around us.
That's right, the asteroid belt that's like right in between Pluto and us. You know, like in between the rest of the planets.
I only knew about the outer one that's like all around our galaxy. Shit.
So in the Kuiper Belt, there's giant boulders that are bigger than Pluto in there. That's why we got rid of Pluto as a planet.
Wow.
It's just another piece of rock that's out there.
Except for it doesn't hang out in the belt. It's off on its own.
So it's so far in the future that it had like people that there was the spacers who lived in space.
Mm-hmm.
There's the belters who lived on the belt, and then there was the people who lived on planet. Right? I think they inhabited Mars, and they inhabited. The Martians were against the Earthlings. They were fighting with each other. They were having like war, and then the Kuiper Belt guys were like pretty much the ones who did all the mining and did all the fucking like labor work to make money for both of them. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The show is incredible. I'm gonna cut it out of there. Like I love a great sci-fi because it's super hard to make it. They're usually bad, and they like it's not easy to do. Like to make a good sci-fi is not a fucking simple thing. It's so difficult because you have to make interesting character build. You have to make the world beautiful and weird and different than everybody else. You know, we're not trying to make Star Wars again. Star Wars can't even make Star Wars. We're gonna fucking watch another shitty Star Wars.
And we don't want another Trek either.
Dude, nobody wants another Star Trek. Nobody. And it sucks because that show was great. But the problem was that they killed it with after Deep Space Nine, right? Deep Space Nine was the big one.
Mm-hmm.
No, Next Generation was the big one. The first one was the famous one, but there's only like 2 seasons. Then they got fired immediately. Then there was the Next Generation that went on for like 22 seasons or something like that. And then Deep Space Nine got like 9 seasons. But after Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, like they started trying to do like the before them, you know, the captains that were the reason why they became this and that. Like no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares, bro. Like that's enough because it's always the same shit. We're on the ship, we're doing missions. It's side mission fest.
Yeah,
not enough. It's enough, man. Like at least that's why Deep Space Nine was good because Next Generation was nonstop main missions and side missions, you know? And then there was Deep Space Nine, there was no missions. It was a society. It was a society that lived in space with artificial gravity that was a melting pot of every kind of fucking race that was in the universe. That was in their known universe, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Star Trek is still in the Milky Way? They never broke out of the Milky Way.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, they never left the Milky Way galaxy. They still haven't explored all of it.
Huh.
Like the Borg come from the dark regions, from the area where the Milky Way isn't.
Yeah.
So they're like, we came encounter of them once, right? I'm not gonna go too deep into goddamn Star Trek. I used to fall asleep stuff.
I really liked Voyager.
Voyager was fun, but that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Captain Janeway. That lady's a great dude. Captain Janeway. That lady's a great actress.
She is. She was one of my favorite captains, man. I was just like, wow, this is really good.
And the way she went down, oh my god, makes you cry.
Haven't finished it.
She was goddamn she was a warrior.
You mean she dies?
Yeah, she ain't make it.
Oh no.
But she gets honored with a gangster statue.
Now I don't want to finish it.
You should. It's super sad and super good. She's a soldier at the end of the day.
Yeah,
yeah. This was girl power before all this bullshit, you know? I like it.
Yeah, she was she was an amazing woman authority.
Yeah, she was a woman of authority, but she was still a girl. She was still a lady. You know? A proper lady who held herself up. Also, she was down for whatever. Sometimes she liked drinks.
Mm-hmm.
She was the best. What else?
Damn.
What else? Oh,
Star Trek Road.
So I've been showing my brothers this guy. Do you know who Stephen Chow is? I'm asking you, even though I know you don't.
No.
Stephen Chow is the stunt double for Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. So
okay.
Yeah, so he was the stunt double, and he also had movies with him in him, and like that he wrote. He's also like a comedic writer.
Okay.
So he wrote this movie called I don't know if it's the oldest one he's ever made. I haven't seen this movie. I saw the beginning of it, but I never finished it. Oh no, it's not his oldest movie. So the first movie I guess he was in was in 1990, All for the Winner. Who knows what that's about? And then it was Fight Back to School. That's 1991. He was in a Journey to the West movie. Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch that one. But like his notoriety and the first time I ever saw him was I'm not muted, right? I could barely hear me.
No.
So the first time I saw him was in a movie called Shot and Song. And I just showed my little brother this movie the other day. Yeah, that's better. I've been talking to the back of the mic like an asshole.
Wow.
So clearly that thing doesn't do anything. It just gives me a faraway voice.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was just sounded like you backed up a bit.
But this is way better.
Yeah, but you could actually back up just a little bit.
Don't know. I'm gonna get closer.
No.
I'm gonna eat the mic.
Put a wang danger in between your mic and your mouth. The hang
How
10.
big we talking?
A hang 10 with your hand, with the finger and the pinky and thumb out.
The Shaka, bro?
No, literally just the thumb and the pinky are out. All the other ones,
saying, man. I know
bam.
what you're saying. Okay,
put it on your chin and put it against the mic, and that's about where you should be.
When do I cup the balls?
When they're born, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
If you want better control, you do it early.
Lucky Leonidas. So Shaolin Soccer is a movie about this soccer game that one of the players tricks one of the other players to lose the game. The crowd loses it, and then that guy, it pans to the future, and that guy who made him do that is a rich like coach now.
Okay.
And the guy who
lost
got his leg broken.
Oh damn.
Yeah, some guy came out and busted him in the knee with a bat, and he's sitting there working for the guy, and the guy goes, "Hey man, you're fired. You can get the fuck out of here. We don't need you no more." And he's like, "Why are you firing me?" He's like, "Because I kept you around because I thought you were funny, because you were like a pathetic guy. So I don't think it's funny anymore. So you can leave."
Wow.
Also, side note, I hired the guy that broke your leg. So, all right, catch you around.
Just the extras to get to him.
Yeah, he's like, all right, well, he's walking the streets, just drinking now.
I immediately got the music from Scissor 7 in my head, the sad scenes.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yes, that's good. That's good. And then he walks off. He smashed his head in the middle of the street of China. And there's this guy doing a splits on what looks like two giant like bags of something solid, but they're like two giant squares. Guy walks over to him. He goes, "Hey man, you should learn Kung Fu. Kung Fu is the thing that brought everybody together. And it's also the greatest it helps in everyday life." And he's like, "You're an idiot. Get away from me. You're just another homeless guy like me. Get away." And he gives us like, "Here's my card." His card clearly was written by like a pen he has at home and cut out of regular paper. It has a rip in it.
Yeah. Super professional.
Right. So this guy goes, "Man, you don't have Kung Fu is stupid. You're dumb. Your concept is dumb. Please don't touch me. Please leave me alone." And I'm leaving. And then he throws a can at him. And he stops it with his chest. And then he kicks it out like it's Team Rocket blasting off again.
The old drunk guy?
No, the guy who was doing the splits. So And he's like, whatever, I'm seeing things. I'm drunk. And he walks off. And the other guy's like, hey, you guys want to do Kung Fu? You guys want to do Kung Fu? And nobody wants to do Kung Fu.
Damn.
So he begs his other Kung Fu brother, which is one of the ugliest Chinese guys I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen such an ugly man. And I've never respected such a man so much. Because he nails it in this movie. He's a great actor in this movie. Okay. He's probably not as shot looking as they portrayed him there, but they did not make him look good. He looked like a monkey with a toupee on.
Oh God.
And so he's like, I got an idea. We're gonna inspire people to do Kung Fu through music. So they do a band show where they both look like they're dressed like Krillin. Telling people how great Kung Fu is. There's no lyrics. The lyrics are horrible. They're just like, do Kung Fu, I am mighty Iron Leg, and I am Iron Head. You should do Kung Fu. And then immediately a bottle gets thrown at this guy right in the face.
Oh, rude.
The guy who was doing the splits, he takes one right to the face. It is amazing because you see it spinning. And then right in the face immediately. And then the bar breaks out in the fucking scrap because their music is so bad and they've ruined the vibe of the place.
They're like, we didn't know you guys were this awful, but you are.
The boss opens.
Hold on,
his
one
blazer,
second,
right?
1 second. What's up?
Mm-hmm. This break was brought to you by.
Oh, you see the moon?
Sherwin-Williams.
I think so.
Go?
I'll come get you when I'm done. Okay, and we'll go look at it.
Get your paint at Menards.
Maynard's?
What's wrong? Why would you do that? Sherwin-Williams. Hard to say. Easy to spray. Or wait. Oh, welcome back. Where was I? Guys were singing inside. They were doing horrible karaoke to try to get people to Kung Fu. Bottle to the face. Okay, so this guy's boss opens his blazer and he's holding what I can only say is like a champagne bottle, but he's got 3 more in his belt to bash Iron Head in the head. So he walks over to Iron Head and he bashes one in the.
Yeah.
Right? And he's trying the shit out of him. And then they go outside and it's the little skinny guy who's doing the splits. And there's like 10 of these dudes. And they're like, hey, man, you fucked up the whole night. We're going to fuck you up. First of all, they're in a club and it's daytime outside, which is hilarious. They went outside and it was probably middle of the day, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so the old drunk is wandering through an alley and he sees the can that the guy kicked.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
which is nowhere near where he kicked it from?
No, dude, it's another day. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he finds the can, it's wedged into a wall, and the wall is cracked in every direction away from the can. So he pulls the can and he's like, no fucking way. He pulls the can and with laughable CG, the whole wall falls over. and then you see this guy who's doing the splits, Iron Leg, about to fight 10 dudes behind that wall.
Oh, wow.
No hands necessary. He kicks the shit out of a dude and he flies like 20 feet. And then after that, he just pretend kicks a guy and his hair goes in one direction. Like, and then he's like, huh. And then he goes to swing at him again and he kicks him in a different direction but doesn't touch him. So his hair goes like back and he's like, and he's like, like, I don't know. And everybody's like, I don't know if I want to fight this guy anymore. But anyway, he ends up kicking the shit out of these people.
They should have had him do like a flurry kick on both sides of his head, and then the guy's hair was braided as.
Oh, hilarious! That would have been great. It is but you're thinking in the right direction. It's a weird, fantastical movie like this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he flew 20 feet. I was like, that's some silly shit they would totally do.
Dude, he kicked a can into Team Rocket and then destroyed a wall across town.
Yeah, I feel like braiding hair with kicks is fine.
Funny enough, it doesn't work in the physics of what they're doing, but it is a good production, great movie, and he has a better movie than that one, and that one was Shaolin Soccer.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it. It was made in 2001. In 2004, he made his greatest movie ever,
Which is
Kung Fu Hustle. Oh my god, so good. Pound for pound, more jokes than most movies ever, and I'm talking about comedy like category.
Yeah,
More jokes than old school. It's nonstop, and there's visual gags that are fast if you don't catch them. They're making fun of like if you're old, they make fun of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's quick. This movie is anybody can watch it. Like it's a family movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird and perverted, can get a little weird and perverted, but still enough for the family. They don't fucking cross
just
the line.
Perverted enough that family can not feel awkward sitting
Together
next to each other.
Correct.
Sounds highly suspect to me.
I know it sounds almost impossible, but this movie does that.
Okay. I still probably won't watch it with the kids till they're older, but whatever.
Yeah, probably not. But but no, you watch it. I bet you'll be like, yes, I could have watched that with the kids. I could have definitely watched that with the kids.
Still worth previewing.
It's yeah, definitely got to preview it. Check it out. But they're ridiculous movie. Like Shaolin Soccer, haven't seen it so long. There's a dance number in it, and I forgot.
Oh my god!
Like, oh yeah, why is it?
Yo, I forget every time that I watch Goldmember that Dr. Evil's about to sing Hard Knock Life.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
It's so good.
When it came out, I thought it was so cheesy. When the movie came out, I was like, this is stupid. Why did they do this?
They put
but now it's funny.
They put like a half-second clip in right at the end of the song. He's like, "This is for all my homies in Bruges," and he shakes his ass. And they make you look at it because they have the stripper shaking hers right before it, an actual nice ass, and then they have him going tweak, 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 tweak.
Right.
No. It just instant clips to him on it, like he's the one in that spot. It was so good.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so that you're already staring at her ass, so that you have no choice but to be already looking at it.
That character is Mike Myers making fun of the guy who runs Saturday Night Live, Lawrence. What's his name, man?
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah, because everybody Saturday Night Live, whoever worked there, the guy who runs it, I forget his name, man. I'll look it up right now. I can't believe I forgot it. SNL. Sorry, I'm still smoking this Jake. Lorne Michaels. How old is Lorne Michaels, dude? Let's find out. Lorne Michaels is 80 years old. Wow, born in 1944, November 17th. He must have like a gang of grandchildren and everything by now. Lorne Michaels was there for the first time Saturday Night Live was started, and then he quit. And then when they did the redo, he came back.
Nice.
I think it was the third year.
But so, like, what? How's he making fun of him? What does he do?
Because Lorne Michaels was everybody in Saturday Night Live, whoever worked there, has always made fun of Lorne Michaels. I don't really think that was a good joke. I don't really that you took some real civil liberties on that one. Like he always. He lets people do their ideas, right? But sometimes he likes to break it to you nicely, but he'll do it to you at once. After that, you'll let somebody else tell that guy he's a schmuck. Like, so he that Dr. Evil is just making fun of Lauren Michaels. That's where that character came from.
Yeah, I had
We're
no
gonna have
idea.
a really good show. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's really funny.
Who throws a cupcake? Honestly.
Honestly. Oof, man. I've been drinking. And you got about 4 more minutes.
Of bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. So watch Stephen Chow. Right? I forgot his name. Damn.
That guy.
Wait.
That guy we talked about earlier.
Dude. Yeah, Stephen Chow. That guy's the man, dude. He's so fucking funny. Kung Fu Hustle. If you're gonna watch any one of those two, Kung Fu Hustle's the one, dude. Kung Fu Hustle's so damn good. But so Shaolin Soccer, it's incredible. Can't be beat.
Yeah. I'll have to check them out. Because they sound great.
The production in it is so good, and it's a kung fu movie that's also a comedy.
Yeah. I feel like most
so many
kung fu movies are comedies.
Well, no, there's comedic elements to them, but they're not comedies. They're kung fu movies. But all the good ones have a comedic element. But there are super serious kung fu movies, like 36 Chambers. Not really funny. There's some parts that are like a joke, but that's not funny.
Oh, damn.
You know? And it's like, it's a homeless boy that they picked up, and they're like, just like all the Shaolin monks. And they're like, all right, you want to learn how to do kung fu? All right, pick up this broom. And 3 years later, hey, when does the kung fu start? Oh. Yeah, I guess you can start now. And then they start teaching him, and then it's like there's 36 chambers of kung fu in Shaolin. So you start at the first level, you work your way up. The first level was like there's a log in the water, right? There's like a passage you have to take. And there's no bridge. There's only a log in the water. And you have to tap the log to be able to make it to the other side, right? And
okay.
Like he lasted forever trying to fucking do this thing. He kept falling in the water nonstop. It's like it's fucking impossible. I put my weight on it. I go into the water, and then you see somebody run over to it, jump, give a baby tap, and then make it over to the other side.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, and that's how you get to eat.
That's what?
That's the first, and that's how you get to eat.
So like what? He was starving the whole time?
Right.
Yeah.
They were feeding him while he was brooming, but after brooming, they're like, "Okay, you can't take that way anymore."
You want to start now? I see.
Right. Okay. You can learn kung fu. Anybody can learn kung fu. We'll teach anybody. And it's like, all right. So just watch it. It's the struggles of him going through the different chambers. It's the shit. And the only reason I watch that is because Wu-Tang is forever. And if anybody says different, come at me, bro.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Dude.
Yo, they put that in The Gentleman, bro. The movie I told you to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yo, did you watch the show?
No, I only watched the movie because the movie is so good.
Speaking of shows, that's been Two Fats in a Sack. The show is over. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
There's nobody there.
All right, until next week. That's Two Fats. We out.